Uh, Welcome to episode number 10 of the Walmart Sellers Podcast. We are officially like a legit bona fide podcast. We've done 10 episodes, which is more than I don't know this. I'm making stuff up. But we said we wouldn't call ourselves a real podcast until we did 10. And so now we've done 10 and we don't ever have to do any more. So this is probably the last one too. That's a joke because we're gonna run this to the moon. Or I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyways, I have a really cool guest on here. Salem, you're a Walmart seller. I know you do some other stuff. Man, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it, and I'm excited to talk shop with you.
No, thank you. Yeah, thanks for the opportunity, man.
So, I forgot to introduce my co-host, which who sent in less units than me in January. I'm almost
Ooh,
sure of it. Almost sure of it. James, Red Olive Industry, go follow him on social media because he needs some followers. He needs some social media exposure. How many followers do you have now? Well, I've been saying that same crap every episode.
yeah, I don't know, like 500 maybe, if
Okay,
that. I don't
nice.
know.
All right. Well, getting to Walmart, Salem, how long have you been selling on Walmart? What's your story? Like, how'd you get in this business?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been on Walmart for about 2 years now. I started off about 3 years ago selling Nike shoes and sneaker botting, along with flipping Supreme. And then I went to Amazon, shortly after that for about a year, and I still am on Amazon, but I'm focusing a lot more on Walmart, as you could see now. So all in about 3 years now altogether.
Heck yeah, that's awesome. Where are you located, by the way?
I am in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh,
Where are
okay.
you at?
I'm in Georgia, near Atlanta.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Not too far off. At least we're not in Florida, though. Florida, I
Ooh,
mean, I would never live there. Uh, oh, that's where James lives, by the way.
rude, rude.
I would move there right now if I could, but
Yeah. So what's
Reseller
the?
capital of the world, man. There's too
Yeah,
many people
exactly.
here.
Yeah, I live just far enough out. There's like the perimeter of Atlanta, like inside there's one circle that goes around Atlanta. Inside that perimeter, tons of resellers. If you take 5 minute drive outside of that perimeter, it's like you're in the middle of nowhere. And so I'm kind of located really well for retail arbitrage. So I feel pretty good with that. But anyways, Walmart, why are you why are you like excited about Walmart? Like, if you were talking to someone who's just like a die-hard Amazon fan, I know we have at least one in here that's just like, I love Amazon. Amazon is, Bay. Like how? Why are you excited about Walmart over anything else?
that's a good question. I think there's a lot more opportunity on Walmart, and it feels good personally to be on a platform that is getting newly established. Being on it for 2 years, a lot has changed. And,
True.
the biggest thing for me is just looking at the shipping into WFS versus what I'm sending into Amazon, that price difference. It's something that I would be kind of silly personally not to take advantage of right now. But I think it's more fun to me and I enjoy it more than Amazon personally. I don't know about you, but that's how I feel about it.
I completely agree with that.
A sale on Walmart just feels better than a sale on Amazon to me, some reason.
100%, especially when it's a higher price and more profit and less
Less
less fee
fees.
and yeah, the list goes on. We're talking all this crap about Amazon, but in December, I did more revenue on Amazon than I did Walmart, which is funny because almost all my attention was on Walmart. But like Amazon is still a beast. Like, I'm personally not planning to send a ton FBA, but merchant fulfill, you can still turn and burn stuff. Like people trust Amazon, and so
Yep.
I hope. But yeah, no, all that I totally agree, Salem. So I don't know anything about like your story or anything, but like I see your motivational posts and like the some of the number posts too. Like you're killing it, by the way.
Thank you.
Like where does that come from? Like what's your story? Like how'd you get where you're at?
Yeah, so I'm 28 years old. I work full time for corporate. I've been working full time for corporate since I got out of college, and I've always just been like a go-getter. get stuff done type of person. And growing up, I had a really rough childhood, just being overweight and just feeling like behind and not fitting in with people. You know, I had friends and everything, but something just wasn't there. And growing up, I've learned so much about myself. And after doing something like losing 100 pounds while I was so young, it really just made me motivated to truly believe anything's possible, right? And at the end of the day, you know, we need money to live and do all these things, but I do it more of enjoyment for myself, just to know that what I'm doing is paying off and I'm seeing results. And like you, Cody, you motivate a lot of people, man. And, you know, I try to do the same. And, you know, just being through that process of my life, it just made me very humble and just very open to people and ideas, and that's kind of my story. And you know, a lot of people always ask like, why do you work? Why do you work? Well, the answer is I'm in sales and I do a good job at it, and it doesn't require too much from me, you know. So that's kind of my story, man. I don't sleep much, but I just try to get as much done as I
Hmm.
can and go from there, you know.
Amazing. So you're doing those numbers and you have a full-time job?
I
That's
am
crazy.
single. I don't have any pets. I don't have a girlfriend. It's just me. That makes it better. But yes, I do everything pretty much. Yeah.
That's amazing. Let's not gloss over the 100-pound thing either, though. Jeez,
Yeah.
what in the
Thanks, man.
world? That's incredible. Well, like, I've always been on the heavier side, but like, I don't even. How do you wrap your mind around losing 100 pounds? Like, how'd that start?
Yeah, so my parents, you know, my parents given me everything I wanted, loved them to death. They worked a lot when I was growing up to the point where, you know, I had a lot of babysitters and I was at, you know, different houses and eating like garbage, frozen food, not being active. And that, you know, that just kind of snowballed. And when I was you know, freshman in college, high school, excuse me, I kept trying to do it. And when I was a junior in high school, I finally just stuck with it the whole year, tuned everybody out, went to the gym every day before school, went to the gym every day after school, locked in on
Sure.
my eating, right? And
Nice.
I ended up losing 100 pounds in 11 months. And
Wow.
from, thank you, yeah, from that
Sure.
point on, I was involved with my local YMCA where I held like boot camps with kids to help them lose weight. I did a lot of interviews, and it kind of just snowballed into my life. Like I said, you know, when I was in college, I was doing marketing for my Wright State University, doing videos and promotional. And, you know, as I grew with e-commerce, I felt a part of me missing to where people didn't know my story, like you said. So now I'm just trying to show everyone you know, everything that all of us humans have in our mind that we could share to other people, you know? So,
Well, you're
yeah.
doing a good job, and like I see your stuff, and I'm motivated. I didn't realize you had a full-time job too. Like hashtag
Yeah.
rich friends. You're making some better with a
Thanks,
salary
bro.
and all that profit. But
Thanks, man.
so walk me through the next 10 years. So you're 20 something, killing it, single, working, 25 hours a day, building something. Where do you want to go? Like what's the plan? Like what's the dream?
That's a really good question. I actually just figured this out recently. You know, I don't mind working, but I want to work with somebody in the industry or the space, right? So ideally for me, I would love to work with, you know, 1 to 3 brands and really be their advocate for Walmart, Amazon, TikTok Shop, Shopify, and just really, you know, bring them in on what we all know in this niche and what's new and what's upcoming, and really just help a brand scale is what I would like to do while I'm coaching on the side with Walmart, while I'm working with Amazon. The more I can do personally, the better. So having a job isn't a downside if it's the right work-life balance, but I would
Sure.
rather much work with a brand directly, or, you know, WAP, for example, is another one. I would love to work for WAP and just be involved in that culture and community, you know?
Like a startup or something? Like be a part like building a company or like what's the like why do you want to do that?
I wouldn't say really build a company, but just being like part of a team like that that's bringing change, you know, or
Sure.
you know, another big one, I don't know about yourself, but I would love to have a brand in the future. I don't know what
Yeah.
that really looks like right now, but having a brand is definitely on the radar. I just think it's going to come down to timing for that one,
Yeah.
you know?
Timing and an idea.
exactly. It's not something that could be rushed, right? Definitely gonna take some time with that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I agree.
I pay WAP a lot of money every month, and I think they do a
It's a
great job. They just kind of cold reached out to me and was like, "Hey, we can do better than who you're currently using." And I was like, cool. So we moved everything over, and we've had almost zero issues with them. So shout out
That's
to them.
awesome.
yeah,
And their
shout out
name is
to WAP.
terrible. That's an awful name. I don't know why you would name your company that, but oh, they're really, really good. So, anyways, yeah, going back to the working a 9 to 5 thing. So here's my commentary, and I know people will disagree with me, but I wish that I'd stayed. I had a real nice job that I could have, continued to make good money at. I was in insurance sales, business insurance. I knew a lot about it. I had a great, comp set up. If I had stayed there for another year or maybe another, I can't even say it, but stayed there another 2 years, like it like hurts to like say those words. But if I had have, like my biggest uh thing holding me back, what do they call it, bottleneck, the
Bottleneck.
biggest
Yeah.
bottleneck in my business from that point even now is just I just run out of money. Like I just like I could spend like this past week I told my wife, I was like, I could have spent 50 grand this week for sure, just retail arbitrage, making a circle around Atlanta. I know for sure I could have, and you just run out of capital.
I should give you
And
my
so
credit card. Damn.
you don't come to Atlanta. I mean, when I tell you that the Targets and Walmarts, like, it's like they're giving stuff away, like entire displays of just clearance all the way down on both sides. And so, I get the really, really good stuff and leave the okay stuff. But yeah, if I had stayed at a job, hold on, I'm gonna put my phone on Do Not Disturb, sorry guys. If I had stayed at a job for another year or two, I think I might be doing like significantly more revenue. Like having that cash flow just coming, and I got 6 kids and a wife and
Wow.
and a mortgage. And so like
Nice.
my house just sucks cash. Just as soon as I make any money, it's just like oh the pool broker, this broker, we're about to hire a play, like so like that stuff is real too. But I think people rush, they're in your position, making incredible money with their business, that Walmart or whatever it is, and then they're doing 9 to 5, and they're like, I want to quit my job. I want to quit my job, but like, don't rush it. Like I heard
Yeah.
somebody say, if you're getting off of a boat, don't jump onto the land. Pull the boat as close to the dock as you can, and then just step off with a plan. And like, I think I could have done a better job with that. I'm glad I didn't, for the record, just for everyone out there.
No,
I'm
for
glad I,
sure.
didn't, but I could. I should have. I probably should have done a better job with that. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's viewed as such a negative thing, and like, it's just yeah, I agree with you, man. I mean, it's a positive. The amount of I think the one thing I'll say, last thing I'll say about that is the amount of skills that you do learn from a certain job if it's the right one. Like I'm sure you learned a lot in your role that does apply fully to anything that you do at the end of the day. You know what I mean? If
Yep.
you really think about it. So
totally agree. It
Yeah.
all translates. Like it all and like a job like what you're talking about. You're doing sales. I don't know what type of sales or anything, and maybe you don't want to say, but
no,
like,
yeah.
yeah, what do you do? Like, what is it? Like,
Yeah. I work for Xerox actually. So Xerox is,
Oh, nice.
copier.
That's amazing.
We have a major focus right now on SaaS and IT. So
Sure.
I personally work with a lot of big law firms in Columbus, Ohio. So it's very, very cool. If I ever get a cease and desist and it's the law firm I'm working with, I'm sure I could get it fixed.
That's funny.
That's
That's
amazing.
funny.
We need a good lawyer. Tell him get us the hookup with to come on here. So questions from the chat. What do we got? What do we want to ask? We're gonna do this podcast, and then we got however much long we have, and then after that, we're gonna stop the recording, and we're gonna do a Ask Me Anything. Salem, if you want to hang around, I'd love to have you. We're gonna
Sure.
ask
Yeah.
anything with the group. If you have Walmart questions and that sort of thing. By the way, ad here. It's $9 a month. If you want to join the Discord, you can. If you don't have the money to join, if you're below the poverty line, shoot me a message. We'll give you a year for free to get you started. That link will be down below. Smash the like button, blah, blah, blah. James, what questions do you have for Salem? Like where's your head at?
Um, I can't believe you're still working a job. That it just blows my mind because when I was doing it, when I was employed full time, which for me it was only 2.5 years ago. I've been full time for a very short amount of time. Um, it was kind of a nightmare for me. But I was, in a high stress environment, I guess you could call it. Um, and to kind of loop back to Cody's point about staying, I agree completely that if you're not ready for the full time, and um, there's some financial implications too, right? Of being your own boss, being self-employed. You don't get, a flashy paycheck right away, right? You got to balance your cash flow. Just for those out there who really want to go full time, pay off as much debts as you can and stockpile as much cash as you can before you make that leap. Um,
Amen.
if you do that, you're way more likely to be successful, and you don't run into those situations where, oh hey, my pool broke, oh hey, my roof's leaking, oh hey, something disastrous happened. um so that's my 2 cents on that whole situation. um I'm going to pull in a question from the chat here from Lorenzo. He's asking, how do you stay so focused and productive while engaging in a full-time job and basically a second full-time job doing Amazon and Walmart?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. The biggest thing I could say is, and if I already said this, I was on another podcast previous, but I'm single, I don't have, any kids or, so I'm making the life that I want for myself, and there's no one that could change that other than me. It's something that I look in the mirror every day, right? If I gain weight, it's on me. If I do this, it's on me. So just living with that every day is something that motivates me. But just surrounding myself by positive people, I personally don't waste time hanging out with people that don't bring benefit to my life. I would much rather talk to, Cody and you, James, and be around people that motivate me and make me better and have that positive energy, which is very important. Energy is everything, right? So
Yeah.
surrounding myself with people who actually want to see me win, my parents, my couple good buddies, surrounding myself with those people and, showing them that I'm not changing because I'm making more money and showing them that I'm still the same person, right? Just motivates me to a different level. But at the end of the day, I don't want it to be all rainbows and unicorns. It is difficult some days waking up. I don't want to package, I don't want to buy, I don't want to do anything, right? But it comes down to what you want. So that's the biggest thing I could say. The community and Instagram. I mean, if you surround yourself with the right people, it really motivates you, right? Cody, you said I motivated you. Well, you
Yeah.
motivate me, man. So it's like, it's you know what I mean?
Thank
So
you.
it's yeah, yeah.
Cody and I are in a healthy competition, which motivates me.
That's always a great
Same,
thing.
100% same.
And I
Hold on.
feel like that
On that note,
benefit.
I'm gonna go add up my units right quick. Hold on. While you're talking crap. All right. Sorry. Carry on.
um
Sorry.
so Salem, are you in-house prep, or are you doing prep center? I don't know much about like your business or you at all. So
Yeah, no,
give
of
us a little
course.
insight on that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, so I am 90% prep center right now, 10% merchant fulfilled. I am an advocate for merchant fulfilled. I love merchant fulfilled. I do it every Q4. Now, the reason why I'm not doing it right now is I'm on the third floor of an apartment complex. And now that I'm doing the amount of volume I'm doing, it's not that I'm lazy. It's just going up and down the stairs 20 times, loading up my car. It's becoming a lot of work. So that's kind of my setup right now. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm still gonna go RA shopping once a week. And if I'm looking at stuff in my apartment because I have a lot of stuff here. If I find something profitable, I'm gonna buy it and ship it out of my house. But in terms of buying inventory and shipping it to me, I think those days are kind of done right now until I do acquire a house like Cody, I see you have all that space. It looks nice, man. Um,
Thank
His
but
piles of boxes.
yeah,
you.
that's my like setup, and like I think there's pros to both. The biggest thing that I miss about merchant fulfilling is like touching the product. I feel like
Hmm.
sometimes I'm just buying stocks and like selling them because I don't see or touch anything sometimes, you know? Um, so yeah, that's my setup though, if that helps better answer your
Yeah,
question.
absolutely. Um, I just moved into a warehouse space, so
Nice.
it's
Did
pretty
you?
em yeah, man. We moved in yesterday. So, um,
Congratulations.
thank
That's
you.
awesome.
Not quite as big as your space, but it'll work.
That's a you probably got a better deal than me too.
No, I don't believe so. But so we are pretty much 100% RA. So we shop, 3-4 days a week, pack, prep, ship out, 1 day a week for Walmart. Amazon's fully merchant fulfilled for us currently. Until we kind of get a handle on some software issues that we're having with certain people who will not be named right now. Um, I'm not trying. I'm not fighting it. I'm gonna get so mad if I try to do an FBA shipment. So I'm just kind of like whatever. Um, so it's cool to see how everyone does everything. That's why I kind of asked that question. Um, I assume like you're doing the whole tax-free prep center stuff too, right?
That's a good question. I actually don't. A lot of people
Oh,
ask me that. I found like this is from experience. I've done two before. Okay. The
okay,
first one that I've had, I was getting a lot more cancellations than normal, and I believe it was because it was a well-known one.
okay.
The second thing was a lot of the tax-free ones, and if I'm wrong, please DM me after this, require like XYZ up front as like a deposit that comes out. Like my prep center is, hey, this is your price. That's it, right? And I don't know about
Matters.
you guys. Like for prep center for me with Walmart, I haven't found one that knows how to use Walmart Marketplace and actually do all the shipments. So how they do it is, there's an Excel sheet, they put the box dimensions, the quantity, and I then go in and do it, which I
Hmm.
don't
Ooh,
mind to do. Um, but yeah, I could be sleeping on that. It's just with the tax-free stuff, I have such bad luck. Like with
Yeah.
Walmart, I'm tax approved, but I can't seem to get it in the store. And it's just like,
Hmm.
yeah, it's something I need to figure out now that you say that. It's just been a pain
Yeah.
for me, honestly.
yeah.
That's interesting because you're the first person who I've ever heard of actively choosing not to do a tax-free prep center area.
I
So
probably should look into that.
I it, I totally get why. But I also get why you would not want to because of, it might be a little cheaper to prep per unit because they're gonna have less business. They might get your shipments out quicker because there's less business because it's not tax free. Um, yeah, so that's very interesting to me.
Yeah, people are
It
probably going to
matters.
say I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
It matters the prep center that you deal with. Some of them are a pain in the ass. Like some of them, like the process, they want you to do all sorts of crazy stuff, and then the pricing is not clear, or some of them, they'll have like just different things that are just it makes everything harder. Uh, I've worked with good prep centers and I've worked with prep centers that I thought were just terrible, like really, really bad. And the one that I worked with in Atlanta, we did our RA drop off. I missed them. I thought that I had the best set. It was 85 cents a unit. I had a minimum that I had to hit, but it was 85 cents a unit. And as long as my inventory was all the way put in to Walmart eligible, where I could send it into WFS, as long as I had that, they would send it for me. So I did literally just drop it off in bags. They would de-sticker it for a fee, and then prep the unit for Walmart. And yeah, I missed that. I told my wife like if we get to the right profit level, I might have a warehouse and still use that prep center just because like it was so wonderful. But yeah, no, it totally matters. And it doesn't matter if it's a tax-free state if you have tax-free with their retailer. So like if you have it from Walmart,
Yeah.
if you're mainly ordering from Walmart, who cares, So I don't know. I don't think anybody's gonna talk crap about that. Like I think
Yeah.
if they do, who
Ignore the
cares?
haters. Ignore the people talking down. They're
Of
whatever.
course. No, it's a good point though.
Hey James, how many units did you prep? Did you send into WFS in January? I'm just curious, just napkin
Oh,
math,
not napkin
wondering.
math. I have it down. I don't need no
I
napkin
also
math.
have it down. What a coincidence.
How about you
I also
tell me yours and then I'll tell you mine.
mine starts with a one, and it's not 100.
Mine starts with a 3 and it's not 300.
Jesus,
Wow,
give me strength.
nice.
Baby Jesus, give me strength. You sent in 3,000 units?
3,886.
Oh my gosh, that's such a
That's
slob.
fire.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna tell you. Mine is 1922.
Fire.
Um,
Double it. Give it to the
um,
next person.
that's amazing. What, James? Where did you find three? Where did you find that many units? Like, what are you buying? Well, send me over your.
You have my store. You don't need to ask.
I would
Right.
never
Uh-huh.
stop you.
Right.
I promise, I would never storefront. I'll
You
storefront like
storefront stalked
safety.
me before you knew it was me.
That's true. That's probably
That's
true.
so funny.
But no, that's absolutely true. I remember when we talked about me knowing what your store is. Salem, I only said that because I don't know what your store is. So just send me that link, and I promise I won't. I'm just kidding. I'm
Bro,
just
I've had the change. I will say the fact that they let you change your name so easily is amazing because I've had to change
Yep.
mine like 5 times, man.
really,
I
yeah,
mean, just from like doing videos and maybe leaking it or something, like it's nice to know that you could change it. It really is, you
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I hate sharing like lead content because you know somebody's gonna figure it out.
Oh
Like,
yeah, yeah. If
Yeah,
you saw my grill
I'll find
today,
your guys's after the call. Don't worry. No, I'm just kidding.
been there. I so I'm a part of I don't even want to say what it is. There's a chat somewhere that I may or may not be a part of, and they're literally trading these like baseball cards. And it's like, dude, you're selling like 300 units a month. Like just go source some stuff. Like this like I don't get it. But anyways, um enough of that rant. Well,
that's fine.
say any last motivation for the audience? We are a small podcast, so this will go out to dozens and dozens, maybe hundreds of people if we pop off. But any advice to other Walmart sellers or people trying to build something in this world?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would say the biggest thing is just to stay patient and consistent. And it
Mhm.
sounds so cliche, but if you put in, 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, every single day or Monday through Friday into Walmart, I think it's really going to pay off for you. Just know that, there's a lot of opportunity no matter how many sellers there are. Everyone has a slice of the pie. And like I said, if you just stay consistent and committed, and if it's actually something that you want is the most important thing. With anything that you want, you could get it and it is obtainable. It takes a lot of time. And I'm sure you guys aren't 100% where you want to be at. I know I'm not, but
For sure.
it's something to always keep in mind no matter where you're at, to always look back on where you're coming from, whether it's your weight loss journey like mine, whether it's, XYZ. We all have a story. We all have demons, right? And just throw that aside and always look forward. It's one thing I'll say.
I love that.
I agree so much with the consistency aspect of running a business. If you don't have it, you're missing.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, for sure. Well, man, hey, thanks for coming on. Here in a second, we'll cut this off, and then we're gonna do. If you want to hang out with the people on, these are people live with us. They're from the education club. I'm gonna do a walkthrough in my warehouse because that's where I'm at today, and then we'll answer any questions. But man, thank you for coming on. Where can we find you on social media? What
Yeah.
else is going on?
My Instagram is Salem WFS, and then my YouTube that I just started is Salem e-commerce. So feel free to follow me on there and message me if you need anything. I will definitely check out the warehouse.
Salem.
Yeah. Sorry. Here, let me drop it in the chat actually. Sorry. Salem WFS.
Yeah, do that. I didn't know you had a YouTube. All right.
I
Everybody
just
go
started it,
subscribe to
bro.
his YouTube, Salem e-commerce.
And I
Oh,
just wanted to go ahead.
oh, you were on with Noah. Yeah, we're having him on soon.
Yeah, Noah's a great guy, man. It's a good guy. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I'm gonna stay on. I have to run to my car to get something, so I'm gonna turn off the video, but I'll stay on to answer questions. And the one thing I want to tell both of you is, James, nice to meet you. I'll have to
Nice to
follow
meet you.
you, but definitely appreciate you both as well.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. Thanks a lot. Hey, I just subscribed. So keep
Thank
keep
you,
putting
bro.
out
I'll
content,
subscribe to you.
man. That's amazing.
Thanks, bro.
All right, cool, man. Hey, thanks, Salem. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming to
Thank you.
episode number 10 of the Walmart Sellers Podcast. We talked about Walmart. Hopefully, episode number 11 will actually probably not be on this channel. We're gonna start a whole new YouTube channel. Like this is like do or die now, right? Or are we gonna quit?
Correct.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I ain't got time for this. Kidding. Kidding.
We're in this thing. Episode number 11 will be on its own thing, and we should start its own YouTube or its own Instagram too, because whenever I post something, it's fun for me to go to the other account and then comment on my original stuff.
Yeah,
I
that's
really,
all you.
I
I
really get a
suck at
kick out of
it.
that. All right. Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. All right. Let's stop this recording. Dun, 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 dun.